ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Hello.
Greetings.
How we all doing?
Good until about 3 minutes ago when I discovered something.
What did you discover, Star?
That I forgot an ability because I'd never melee.
And what ability is that, sir?
Yeah, and what could it...
One that would have killed the Prismatic Temptation.
Whoa, wow, that's crazy that, like, we had abilities that could kill a creature on 3 health that we didn't use.
Ranger!
It's even worse when you don't realize you have them until you're
Thank you for the gift of
clicking
sub.
on things and then click something by accident.
That's just how it be.
You'll love to see it.
No, don't put this in a love. This is pure hatred.
However, I believe it's time for D&D. It's our epilogue session, ladies and gentlemen. You guys fought through the boss, and although it was a bittersweet victory, we begin the session right after the battle.
Can I medicine check on when?
Sure. Give me a medicine check. Ooh.
Natural.
Wind's not looking too hot.
Did this natural 20 medicine check help him in any way?
No, but you can figure out what's going on with him. Severe exhaustion.
Alright.
He appeared to have pushed through his limits in the boss fight, helping you guys defeat the prismatic temptation that he has seized over and is slowly beginning to perish.
Do we have any potions left over?
No.
Alright. Does anyone still have the ability to heal? Wind's dying here.
Farrell grabs Wynn by the collar and tries to rouse him awake.
Okay.
What about Colin?
What was that thing?
It was a amber depraved.
You summoned it here. Why did you help us?
I didn't summon it, and did. I thought we were here to defeat the amber, not join it. You cast Spare the Dying. He's stable.
Can you spare the dying on Wind?
Well, he's awake. He's conscious. But he's like on his last leg.
Farrell
Is he
turns back to
going to die
everybody.
unless he gets healing?
You could heal him. If you wish.
No, is he going to die unless he gets healing?
If he falls unconscious one more time, more than likely, yes, he will probably die.
Alright. Hey, don't let him go unconscious again. He will die.
I'll drop him gently,
Okay.
and then I'll turn around. and
Drop
say,
him to the floor.
What are we going to do with him?
Oh dear.
Rune Saber kind of like stomps his way in here and goes up to Win, grabs him by like his collar.
Yep. After just being thrown down by Farl. Pick him up.
Look, you better start making sense here. I was made a fool and I have nothing to show for it.
Do you not
Tell us everything you know.
I'm as lost as you are, but the difference is you have an eye and I don't.
How did you get mixed up with those ruffians?
The ruffians? The Foregone you're talking about? I got roused in by End. He told me we were going to defeat the Amber, not create one.
And what of the others?
The others joined in for their own reasons. But after we got rid of our names, everything began to just blend.
How long were you mixed up in all of this?
Months. Around the fall. Fatera is like one of the first months of winter. For reference.
What do you mean you gave up your names?
That's something that all 4 Gone members have to do. We gave up our names for specific call signs. More or less the things that we're good at, or that the people above tell us we're good at. That bull, his name was Bulwark because he was broad. He was a good fighter. Monocle, well, she had a monocle, I guess. Kind of like does a owl.
Are you guys the ones who killed the Paladin of Torn?
That was Bulwark. I had no part.
You're pathetically useless. He leans in and whispers into his ear. If it were up to me, you'd be run through by now. And drops him. I'm gonna activate my Amber Eye and just like have a look around.
All right. As you activate your Amber Eye, something begins to happen within Runesaber. Another rune is being carved. Using the Primal Magics from around this area, you can choose to absorb it into another rune carving on your sword.
Sure.
All right. I already added it to your sheet. You can click it and show them what it does. Okay, you cast Spare the Dying on Win. Win is stabilized.
Ooh.
You also, using your Amber Sight, you see... Whoa, wait. Why does that deal double? Oh, because it counts as a cantrip. I gotcha. Okay, I gotta change that. Looks like I didn't do it right. Frick. None. There we go. So, Prismatic Strike. You can make a melee spell attack similar to Mach 1 Strike, or Mach 1 Slash towards a target. They have to make an int saving throw. And on a failure, you can choose to do Acid, Cold, or Fire. Each of them have different effects. Fire makes it so they take 2d6 fire damage and loses their reaction till the start of their next turn. Cold makes them so they are considered vulnerable to the next melee attack. And Acid makes it so their AC is reduced by 1.
But only one effect at a time.
Yep, you can only have you can only have one effect at the time, so you can't do any extra attack nonsense with it.
Right. And how long does... Oh, to the end of the enemy. Okay,
Yep,
cool.
to the end of the enemy's next turn. And because you're level 5, the elemental damage is increased to 2d6.
Pog champion.
And with your Amber Sight, you see a chest begin to construct itself right in front of you. It is a chest made out of solid amber, and as it opens up, you find the following things. A shit ton of potions, a large sack of gold, and a impressive set of armor, a brand with a vampiric symbol on it, and a quiver filled with arrows that give off radiant or black magic. The black shade of magic.
He'll like shuffle through the things, like taking everything out one by one. You said a vampiric... What?
There is a vampiric brand or
Um,
trinket.
He'll pocket that and
Okay.
just like throw everything else onto the floor pretty much.
Okie dokie. You see Ogie. Ogie has been trying to claw at the rock. Bruh. Bruh.
He just looks normal.
Ogie. Ogie want to break.
Is that in bear or is he speaking common?
It's in bear.
Okay.
It's in
Ursa.
Ursa, yeah.
Just kind of feels first, see if he feels any different.
It doesn't feel any different. Although you feel as if your bond towards Ogi has somewhat dampened. Or decreased.
Are you just feeling like magic or anything going for you?
No.
Alright, well, sorry you didn't get to go in the fight. You're still my number one.
It's okay. And this is the first time you've actually gotten to see that he's grown quite significantly since you started adventuring with him. His height, or his size, has nearly almost doubled. His claw, for example, is the size of your head. As you kind of pat you.
Crying.
Bat.
My little boy is all grown up. And I'm proud of you. You survived with me as your guardian.
He doesn't know how to react. But you hear discussion of your party members, and you feel like something important is going on over here.
I'll give on a second. I'll be right back. Something important is going on.
All right. And now this is where you guys get to discuss the loot. I will tell you what you guys find. You find a total of 2 greater healing potions, 3 lesser augmented healing potions, 1 potion of invulnerability, which makes you resistant to all types of damage for 1 minute. You find a quiver of 5 radiant arrows, which to a ranger is a special type of arrow they can use, which allows them to deal an additional 46 radiant damage on a hit. These arrows are expended once used, so use them wisely. And then, the Armor of the Thunder Mane. It's a tier 2 set of armor, so it costs 2 attunement points. And you can either cast Identify or attune to it to figure out what it does. The Brand of Vampirism, which was just pocketed by Sebastian. It is another tier 2 cursed trinket, so it is cursed, which means there is a positive, but there's also downside. And there's also 2 attunement points. And then additionally, his new rune ability is also considered a part of the treasure. And finally, deep within the chest, you find what appears to be ancient schematics of a spell. It is written in a language none of you at the moment know, unless you have Eyes of the Runekeeper. Perhaps, though, a wizard with enough time can crack the code and figure out what the spell is.
Hey, can you let me touch that thing? I want to see.
Hand it to Lavlin.
Samuel starts charging up his ghostly peer.
Should I ask my book? What is this?
Yes. Sebastian will do little sarcastic jazz hands above the loot, and then just walk off here, stab Rune Saber into the ground, and take the vampiric. Goddamn, what's it called?
The Brand of Vampirism.
The brand, and he'll place it on the hilt, the pommel of Rune Saber, and it'll just float there, and I'll start casting Identify.
Okie dokie.
I do not wish to gain any rewards from this event. It is not deserved.
Also,
and he walks.
Mr. Exalt,
Bueno.
You see something. A small door appears through these gems. And you hear the honking or the screeching of a creature. It doesn't sound threatening, but it sounds as if a large horn has been emitted throughout the cavern. It shakes and reverberates through the cavernous walls. Everyone kind of looks over and is immediately halted by the noise. It's a noise no one has ever heard before here.
Oh.
Oh, Callan is still unconscious, and so is Winston and Win.
Well, that's curious. He'll grab the brand,
Okay.
put it, stop casting identify, pocket it, and go see what the hell that was.
Okie dokie.
I follow.
It looks as if a dimensional door was casted. And you look through and you see a very luxurious carriage of some kind, to your mind. It is made with a very elegant white marble floor, and there is a nice and fancy high-class rug that is placed across the white floor, and many different booths.
So this is like it's a portal.
Yes.
Does it seem like it'll close soon?
Doesn't appear so.
No?
There's no sign of it stopping, at least.
Didn't they mention that this place was meant to be some sort of gateway?
They did.
So,
Well,
Are
I
they
think we
actually-
found it.
are they actually?
Yep, they're here.
How'd you get in here?
I did a BLJ and clipped through the wall.
Nice.
Wahoo! You might be muted, Star. I haven't heard you talk in a while.
I haven't spoken.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Perhaps this incursion hasn't been for naught. Let us rest a while, and then we'll see where this gate leads.
Well, I'm gonna go talk to the child. I don't know if you guys want to, but I'm gonna go let him know. Augie, are you able to do that thing you just did again?
No. It's a once per short rest ability. Mwah.
Alright.
Sebastian will sit crisscross applesauce with Rune Saber in his lap and cast Identify again on the brand for the next 10 minutes.
You don't need to.
Just-
You don't need. You don't need to cast it again. You're still previous identifies going off.
No, it's a ritual, so
Oh, okay.
I'm not wasting anything.
Okie dokie. In 10 minutes, you find the following information.
And the whole time he's just shooting daggers into a Wind's soul.
Win, yes. Win is very uncomfortable. So you gain the brand of vampirism. This locket is a cursed trinket as soon as one target attunes to said trinket. Upon tuning to the trinket, anytime you knock an opponent unconscious, you gain temporary hit points equal to 1d12 plus your constitution modifier. This feeds on the target's life and satiates the monster within the people. That's not right. Within the trinket.
Oh, there's a monster in there.
Every time you gain temporary hit points from the feature above, make a wisdom saving throw. The DC equals 8 plus your wisdom bonus plus proficiency. Or your spellcasting bonus, whatever's higher. On a failure, you are considered bloodlusted. While bloodlusted, your damage with melee and attacking cantrips is doubled, but you always attack the closest target to you, regardless of friend or foe. You can make this save at the end of your turn. You can also learn what the armor does as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll do that. And like, I guess we're taking a short rest too.
Yep. So the armor of the Thundermane is considered a +1 chainmail. Whenever you attack with a melee weapon, you can deal an additional 1d8 lightning damage with your strikes. When you deal lightning damage, you can arc it towards another creature within 10 feet of you. Has to be a different creature. If this target hits If the attack hits a target with metal armor, the damage is doubled. So the 1d8 is doubled.
Okay.
Lightning demolish. And that's all the items.
Yep. With the
Alright,
with the additional potions and quiver and chest with 3,000 gold.
3,000 total. He'll just toss the items onto the ground. Not interested. Have at it, you.
See, I want Savin to go to the side village, but I feel like for just he shouldn't get too far away from in this time could Savin go back to the Tachai or without.
You can.
Okay, then he does so.
Okie dokie. Let me get the village up.
Well, if nobody else wants to take these things, then I will. When Callan wakes up, maybe he'll want something.
How do
I
you
was
spend
gonna
hit dice?
wait for Callan to wake up before splitting it further.
How do you spend hit dice?
Okay, so go to your character.
Yeah.
I believe when you hit the take a rest, and you can hit the
Yeah.
short rest, and I believe it does. You can choose which hit dice you want to use, or you could just roll.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it.
Yep, or you could just roll your d6 and have it determined. Okay, let me open up Asadadon for you.
Yay!
Oh, and let me pop out Twitch chat too. I forgot to do that. Where are you, Twitch chat? You cool people.
Spend another.
Did I mention that we are 3 followers away from 270 followers? That's what the cool kids call sick nasty. And we are 12 subs away from hitting the sub goal. So if you wanna help build the campaign, you can give the sub or sub yourself with Twitch Prime. PogChan. All right, let's get you to your map. You might need to refresh. Oh, you're alive. What happened to the people in there?
I'm sorry. We failed to protect the village completely.
No, you did what you could.
But what we did was not enough. Those people, they are gone except for one who was not fully aware of the plan. But they took a Tachai girl and corrupted her with this amber, and while this girl was suffering through all this, we failed to even put her out of this sufferable pain that must be the existence that she now has. I'm terribly sorry for my failure.
You did what you could, hero. I don't remember this
the
Tachai
people-
woman you're talking about, but I'm sure we appreciate what you've done for us. And you see that there are a couple of other enemy guards or enemy soldiers that are kind of coalesced in the center pile here, either dead or unconscious. Titan and the rest of the Tachai warriors that are around are kind of tying them up and talking over what to do with them.
When we came to this village, we told you that the people who did all this were allies. You assumed you were safe, and we, as a group, already had our suspicions about these people, and we still allowed them to be here.
It's the way our people live. We let anyone in with open arms. Sadly, that leads to us being manipulated, but That's why we have people to defend the village. And specifically you all. I know you might think you lost, but we look it as a victory.
Well, we'll see things a different way. There is a portal in the cave.
In the cave?
Yes, you guys also might want to check that out, because you guys might know more about that, I assume.
We'll be in there in a bit. We have to do some other things to take account of. And he kind of looks back to Titan and the restrained guards, or the restrained soldiers. We have those to deal with.
Yes. Sama just like kneels down and Sama's confused with says a prayer or two as to Torin now, because he's confused on who he's following, but he says a prayer to Torin just like he did with the dead bodies in the alligator. And just keep these people safe in your domain. And he's visibly crying.
You hear a
as he
voice in
heads
the
back.
back of your head say, "I'll allow it." Keep doing what you're doing, Sabmund. I appreciate it.
Ignores and does not respond and walks into the cave.
Wow. Ignoring a god. SM fucking H. Shaking my freaking head. Alright. We're back in the cave, heroes. A short rest has been commenced and consumed. What would you like to do?
Did Lavlid cast Identify on that spell?
Did you guys identify on the schematics?
Not yet. I mean, I guess I could. Wait. I just realized I don't have Identify in my spellbook.
Oh.
Hmm?
I mean, I for sure had it, but...
We can add it. We'll add it right now.
Or maybe I'm blind, I don't know.
There you go. I just added it for you.
Okay. Well, anyway. Well, I will restore 3 level 1 spells, and I'm gonna use Identify.
Okie dokie. Although you can't specifically read what the schematics are, with the Identify spell, you learn that it is of... It is a transmutation spell, and it appears to be something, a grand spell, a spell of legacy. If you take the right amount of time decoding the spell through downtime or through the actions of whatever time you have, you can begin to crack it and mantle a spell together that you can cast.
Okay.
Don't scribes have like reduced time for that?
I mean...
Yes,
It's
it is. It is reduced significantly, but it's still a pretty big spell, so it requires at least a year, maybe more, of downtime to crack the code.
Oh, okay.
That was a world-shaping spell. Is Callan still dead?
Callan's not here, but we'll say that Callan has begun to
Alright.
rouse the consciousness.
What the Wayne?
Winston? Winston is shut off. His eyes have no color to them.
Well, I'm going to have one last look around. There has to be something in here. Give us some sort of clue of what happened to that creature.
Do I know anything about portals?
Make me an Arcana check. You guys can all make this.
Where's our Horizon Walker, dude?
Oh, 19's pretty good. Is there any roll higher than a 19? 15. Alrighty. On a 19, portals are, at least teleportation magic, is very rare in the Valenum. Only high-level archmages are able to cast these kind of spells. So the fact that there is a portal here is a little odd, but also due to the magic within the area, it's also not out of the realm of possibility.
Okay. Huh. Now what?
You can move over here. As Anubis runs into two T'Chai. One runs in. I heard myself. The elder of the village and the lead alchemist. Hello, hero.
Yes, hello.
We were told to look for a portal.
Yes, just straight that way. You'll point.
Okay.
And then walk past them. I'll cast Detect Magic. And just look around.
Okay. On a Detect Magic spell, your magical senses go off in every single direction. It's not necessarily a school of magic, but a whole completely different subset of magic. This is Primal Magic. The first kind of magic to exist within the world. It is specifically the magic that is used in runes.
There's no any other kind of magic?
There also appear in this room here. There appears to be illusion magic that lines the walls.
I'll walk up to the wall and slowly place my hand on it.
Okay. As you do, a picture appears. The picture is completely indescribable to you, but to the player, it is of a train station. Large marble columns appear within the wall, seats for people to sit in, and large locomotives, carriages of steel, using foreign magic to power their engines.
Oh, by the gods. What happens if I walk along the wall and just rub my hand across it?
You keep moving, and the vision shifts. There are people in the train station. People that look completely different to the normal humanoid. Large, almost somewhat teal, not T'Chai teal, but teal people that use this area. They sit and speak to these black 2D they're drawn very different from the humanoids. 2D like people who are conducting the trains. And as you move forward, something happens. A war, a calamity, a catalyst of some kind. The train station has now fallen into disrepair. And in its wake, the magic begins to seep from the engines of the steel carriage. It seeps into the floor, staining it red, blue, and green. And when the magic expels itself, it forms in the color crystal that is on its specific floor tile. No longer are the tiles of a pristine white. They are now stained with the color of magic. And over time, the train station has begun to sink and erode into the earth. And as you get to here,
Whoa.
what lays there is a mountain with a river running through it. Tachai are there celebrating the mountain and its rare magic. On another panel beforehand, you saw dwarves coming in, mining the prism stone. However, the mines and their tanks have run dry. And what's left is a cavern of magic. No longer a use to the people in the first panel.
So Sebastian doesn't know anything about like that, like those events or like that time period or anything.
Roll me a history check. 22. It appears to be prehistory, as in before the Uprising War. The Uprising War was when history was made more common knowledge. Everyone knows what happened during the Uprising War. That's where the gods fractured themselves and began fighting one another, a la like Civil War from the Marvel movies. Before that, though, it was not well known what happened. It's theorized that Adala, Rovun, and Torin created life, but that's unsure, and scholars are now realizing that maybe with these other sources of magic around, maybe that's not the case. Maybe people existed before us. Or maybe we're the first. This appears to be those people that you saw, the teal-skinned people, appear to be different. They look humanoid, but appear very different. And in regards to the dwarves, you know that the dwarves in their citadels, they need magic. They need magic to run their massive war machines and their massive mining machines, their boreholes. And they have used this magic to mine using the power of acid.
Is this like place well known?
No. Prism Stone is well known. It's a source of magic that is used mainly for its magical potency. But this cave itself is not well known.
Alright. Wow, what a remarkable discovery. He'll take out his journal and like sort of like copy down what he saw and mark this place on his map. I'll have to report this to the university. And we didn't really explore this place much, right?
Which place?
On this area.
No.
Alright, I'll go back through there. No.
Okie dokie. When you look at this, I need you to make me an investigation or history check.
Investigation.
Oh, okay. This appears to be a large pipe of dwarven make. You notice that within the stone pipe itself, there are intricate carvings, which is the main signal that this is a dwarven carving, as within the walls of dwarven citadels lie the story of how things were created, of family trees, of family clans, And with the carvings of the people that once lived here on said pipe, it is more or less a clear indication that dwarves lived or used this prism stone mine at one point. Ah, is that the great pipe you are looking at?
Is that what you call it?
Well, before our time, people lived here. Dwarves. We used to live in cohabitation in Asadidon together. But then they left once the stone ran dry. They were unaware of the crystals and their power.
This place is quite remarkable.
The world is quite remarkable when you look at the smaller side of things. There are tons of caves like this, I believe. Tachai, the power of the Tachai is increased drastically while inside these caves. As they say that we drive or we gain our power from Primal Arcana as well. It's a ritual that they send the next Titan in line in here. As a sort of vision quest.
There are more places like this. Do you know where?
They've never left the village. So I would not be able to answer that.
Fair enough. Well, I should be returning to my comrades now.
That is quite... Kind of does a nod. You notice he was kind of trying to string together words that didn't really have a meaning to sound smart.
Farewell. Sort of just chuckles.
But what he said about the vision quest was indeed very much true. Alright, these two figures will begin walking up. Ah, heroes. I have to say thank you for what you did for our village. You saved us from disaster. There was a portal I believe we need to talk about. We'll look at.
We're here.
Yamana, have you seen anything like this? For the first time, the alchemist kind of speaks. No. There's never been a portal in here. I don't think Titan saw one during his vision. I believe that's true. It's real, right? It isn't an illusion. It isn't a trick of the mind. Kind of looks...
I'd toss a crossbow bolt through the portal.
All right. You flick a you flick a crossbow bolt into the carriage, and it just lands there. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it seems real.
At this point, Sebastian, you would get back. Well, the walls of the ritual chamber. It showed of very elegant and luxurious rooms. It could be the sign of Primal Arcana. I'm not sure, though. This is the first time we've seen something like this.
I shall look into the portal once more.
Okie dokie. Do you step into the portal?
Nope.
Okay. You
We'll
look.
turn around, face the group. Well, shall we?
Yes, yeah.
Before that, would Korzu know if the Olympic could be taken, like, taken apart and taken with him?
It's unwise to do so due to the components that make up the alembic. If one thing were to break or if one thing were to be mismanaged, bad things could happen, especially when you get higher and higher in the alembic scale. Due to that being a divine alembic, if something were to happen, it could be catastrophic.
Will not touch.
Do you think... could I try and, like, maybe, like, copy, like, write, like copy down... Like, maybe, like, try to make, like, a schematic for this and maybe try to make one in the future?
Of the alembic?
Yeah.
Crafting an alembic is common knowledge. As a university student, you would definitely know how to craft one or make one, purchase one.
Thank you.
But you've never seen one to that magnitude and to that extent of power before.
Right. Do I know what makes it so special?
Would you have used your amber eye in that room?
Yeah.
There's the shade of black that surrounds the alembic.
Shade of black. Can we say that, like, on my way here, I, like, just cast a detect magic on it?
Sure. Divine magic. The shade of black represents divinity.
Okay. Do I know, like, what deity?
All of it. Divinity as a whole.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Interesting.
Normal alembics don't have that magnitude of power. If you go in, I wish you luck.
Where's
Homer
Reddy?
takes out his rope and ties it around one of the crystals.
There he is.
What if we can't come back?
Maybe one of you go in first and see what's up. See what's in there.
That's what I'm planning on doing. He hops in.
Okie dokie. You hop in.
Sebastian would follow in after him.
A portal opens as this door opens and both of you walk in. At this point, you stop as the rope kind of tugs you right about this equal point.
Oh, he didn't. He drops the rope when he gets in there.
Oh, okay.
He just wanted to see if he could bring the
Also,
rope
there's a
to-
little bit of ambience in this room. Ambiance. All right. As you enter the luxurious steel carriage, nice satin leather seats, an elegant rug, and two chests find themselves in this corridor. And I don't know why you have that special status up there. Hold on.
Yeah, I thought something happened to me and I was very confused.
All right. As the both of you can see windows here. I need you to both roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Come on, that's the thing I can do. That's my plus 10, and I roll.
Yeah,
Pretty good. Pretty good for the roll. All right. Sabman, you look out and you see the top of the world, the horizon, as if you were in space and you could see the horizon of the earth. Around you is a mix of black, white, and primal magic that all kind of swirl in this collection of colors.
Sebastian, window.
It's beautiful enough to make you tear up. It doesn't look bad. It is beautiful. Something about it is gorgeous and very appealing to the eye, just looking out at the astral sea.
Sebastian looks out the window and like just this jovial grin appears across his face.
The rest of you,
waves to Sabwood. Go get the others.
I think I've just witnessed true beauty.
you see a figure stands at the door and begins playing an instrument, an elegant violin. Oh, he shouldn't be there. I had to get his voice mod.
I'll
Is he
send Reggie to get the others.
okay? The rest of you can pile in whenever you want.
Is this status effect supposed to be on me?
Ah, why is it doing that? What the heck? Whack. Okay, which one is he? Is he... He is 5. Hello? I'm playing the music for you.
Who are you?
My name is the Static, and I am the conductor of this wild ride.
What's a conductor?
Ooh, wouldn't you like to know?
That is precisely why I asked.
A conductor is the one who rides the vehicle and commands it to do what it wants to do.
And wait, where pray tell is this vehicle going at the moment?
Static number 2! We're almost there. Wonderful. The rest of you must gather your party before venturing forth.
Is it just... I don't understand most of what he said, and it might be a combination of the voice and me not understanding the basic things. Are you getting most of this?
Yes, you buffoon. Reggie sort of like flies out of the portal and just like tries to wave everybody in.
I would want to look out the window.
Okay. You look out the window and see the sight that I described earlier.
Same.
It is very beautiful. And you could sit on these chairs as well.
Trying to figure out whether or not we need to roll, but it's hard with the DM being muted.
I'm not muted. Fuck. Was I muted?
Yes.
You don't need the roll. You can see the same thing they do. And it is very beautiful. And you can sit on these chairs as well.
I also open a chest.
Okay. Which one?
Right, left one.
Okay, what is the first food that comes to your mind?
Pizza.
Okay. A pie of pizza appears.
I shut it right away. Don't even take it.
Would I have noticed that?
Uh-huh. As you can see, each of these chests are stocked with food and water. This one holds your personal items while on board.
Were you waiting for us?
Maybe. Static 2. I have to look over the ship, the train. Okie dokie, Static 1.
Sebastian opens the chest.
Okay, what is the first food you think of?
Steak.
What?
Steak.
Oh, okay. A steak appears, and whatever drink of your choice.
He'll pick it up. Oh, I could get used to this.
We will be arriving in our destination in a couple hours.
Is Augie not able to come in the train?
I forgot about the bear.
Alright.
Frick.
And can Augie with his muscles drag the lifeless Winston in here?
Yep. Important question. Did you bring Win on board?
Yes.
Yes, I would have.
Sebastian would have demanded it.
Kidnapping, yay!
I hope you enjoy your travel through SS Prismatic Train. Bob-a-da-bop. As he continues playing music.
Where? What?
Please take a seat and enjoy yourself. There is no danger. You had no reason to be afraid. We'll be heading to Ramblebush in a couple of hours.
Does Sab would know what that place is?
Do you come from the Hard Oak?
He does not
I
know.
do.
What
Anyone
that
that
place is.
does can make me a history check.
Who does know?
Sebastian, apparently.
Sebastian knows it.
Well, I was going to cast guidance on someone, but rolls have been made.
All right. On a 23, Ramblebush is a village you haven't heard of in a long time. Mainly due to the fact that not a lot of people live there. And the lord that did live there, Lord Bryant, it's kind of weird. It gave you the vibe that it was like a fake village in a way, the time you traveled through there. It's odd, to say the least.
Why is this magnificent machine going to a place like Ramblebush?
Because I have special directives from the World Archivist.
Oh, he
Who's
looks
that?
over to the lab.
And as... Whoa, friend, you got some static on your voice. That's me, though. I'm the static. What'd you say, friend?
Can you hear me good now?
Yeah.
Alright. That's the guy from the book. I know that one.
He is indeed. We are both people of books. Well, I hate reading, but yeah. All right. Okay, you tie up Win. Callan just kind of stands here like, ooh woo, what do I do? All right. And you guys enjoy a weird bit of peace on the train. After a fight to the death from those positions to now here in an elegant train, I think some of y'all could get used to this. What do you all do? What do you all do during this couple of hour break?
Enjoying.
Like a full deer come out.
What? Like you want venison? Oh.
No, just a live. It's just like a full deer carcass.
Augie opens up the chest with his snout, and a full carcass of a deer comes out that Augie begins ripping and tearing into. Anytime blood would hit the floor, it is immediately not dispelled but burnt and turned into steam. We can't get the vessel bloody, but my friends, do you have any questions? Because I'm sure you're confused.
Why are you taking us to this place?
Again, I have a directive from the World Archivist. He wants to collect all 5 exalts in one location, and Ramblebush is the best place to do that.
Sebastian's just munching away, savoring every bite of some real food for once.
I don't think you all understood what you just did. By entering the train, prismatic spirals have begun to unlock themselves. One of them has appeared in Birchkeep, the other one in the Dragon Isles, and the third is found in Ramblebush.
Prismatic Spiral?
Yep.
What that?
Prismatic Spiral is condensed Primal Magic. It allows for the Primal train to move through the Primal plane and enter where it needs to go, effectively making fast travel for the world. That is pretty poggers.
Has anything like this ever, existed in the world that we know
It
of?
did long before prehistory. Little did you know, but there were civilizations before yours. That's where I come from.
Well, gentlemen, Sebastian will stand up and raise his glass. It appears we've made history.
I don't get paid enough to make history. I write it.
You got paid 3,000 gold, bucko.
During this time, I attempted ghostly peer on the train.
Sorry, bucko, I can't let you do that. You're peering into knowledge that you can't learn, friend.
Meh, or shot.
Snow is falling, my friends. It appears as we're getting closer and closer to the hard oak. Wait.
Hey.
I cast the teleport spell and move through the chair. Wait, I can just go outside.
Can we say I took a long rest during this travel?
Yeah. Long rests are cut in half while on the train.
Good to
So,
know.
I have good news, but I have bad news too.
Oh?
The good news is we're almost there. We have about a couple of minutes. Bad news is there's fog all over the island. That's not good.
Would we be able to see it through the window?
Yes. As you look through the window, you can see smoke. And in some instances, large ships made out of metal within the seas.
Oh.
Fire rages across the Hard Oak Islands. And to those, all
Can
of
I see
you...
my house from here?
No, sadly it's too far up. But there has been such an amount of fire made by the Crimson Phoenix's attack on the Hard Oak that it can be seen from space.
By the gods.
I believe you all did not get updated that the islands are under attack by the Crimson Phoenix. But you should be fine. The veil has covered Ramblebush, making it look like a normal village. We should be fine for a while, hopefully.
What's the
So,
You would all know that the Crimson Phoenix, they are the theocracy of Phoenicius, is a military state that exists within the northern reaches of the Valenham Archipelago. They are known for being some of the most gruesome and the most metal fighters on the continent. They are known for manipulating the Verge into a weapon and fighting with it. So what they would do is things like sending their soldiers to dive bomb and explode on enemies that they were fighting, using their bodies as a makeshift bridge in a mode of acid, that kind of stuff. They're a highly effective military unit and are seen as some of the strongest in the Valenham. And you would all know this. This is all common information. As of the past couple of months, the Crimson Phoenix has changed from a pirate organization that managed to burn down a very important city almost 50 years ago to now being a weird theocracy that worships the Lord of Fire.
Well, Sebastian like looks out the window, and like his expression kind of darkens. Oh, this isn't good. All of my research is down there.
However, your story, unless you wanted to, does not involve the Crimson Phoenix. Wait, I think I might have been wrong. Let me check when Vana was burned down because I'm getting called out by Twitch chat.
Oh,
What is Twitch chat?
Excellent question.
They are the voices that exist within my head. Please help, it's never ending.
I cast Mind Sliver.
I thought I had a timeline. Wait, what happened to the timeline? Oh,
So, do we want to do anything about these people?
I was wrong. It was 25 years ago. Correct me. Thank you.
Oh, you talking about the Crimson Phoenix?
Yes, asking this in character.
Yes, we must. I need to report back to Tremler. If it's destroyed, all of
Wait.
the research we've done.
Wait, you went
The
to
hard oak was
Belmar?
my time, home for a time.
Oh, what did Sabman say?
Wait, you went to Chalmar?
Oh, yes, I was raised there actually.
Yeah, Sama takes out the book, that dusty, all messed up book from Chalmar University. Yeah.
She takes it out. Or,
So, was there a guy with like a deformed head known there?
was there?
With a deformed head?
He ghostly peered on a skeleton, and I got this guy's life history. He went to Chalmar University and had a deformed head.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
There was a student. Yeah, there was a student before, and you've known about this because he's kind of like known as a cult classic around the school, of just a guy with a misshapen head. He was really smart, but sadly that misshapen head was very much his downfall in the school. And he's kind of talked about like, oh, don't be like Shapey. Don't let your grades fall. You'll be like Shapey.
That was Shapey back there. And Sebastian like sort of like throws his head back and starts laughing hysterically.
Are you laughing at a dead man?
Yeah,
that
I don't
poor
get
Kind of
this.
messed up, honestly.
Oh yeah, is Jesus with us?
No. Jesus
Okay.
left.
He's, I will protect Sebastian. Everything goes down.
Well, would you look at the time? We are in Ramblebush. Ship, you might want to hold on to something sturdy. The seats are bolted in. I'd recommend it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
As it's hard to explain what happens to you guys, you just feel a sudden shift downwards. But at the back of the ship, up at the back of the train, the door opens up into a snowy city known as Ramblebush.
I am dragging Win, who is still tied up.
Okay. All right, let
And
me.
this time has Win healed.
Win is still unconscious. He took a lot of exhaustion, so he's taking a long rest. Let me get all your
Okay.
stuff.
Let's make this quick. I want to get back to the swamp.
I was about to say,
Yeah, this
I
kind of
do too.
this interferes with my whole becoming a dryad thing. Cause
Sorry, the trip's a one-way. Bye.
What do you mean it's a one-way?
Boop.
I'm sorry, buddy, but I can't take flack like that. Bye.
we never got to ask about Leonard.
Alrighty. You took Win, and you have all your 18 pets. Man, is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like to be in Ambrosia with all the pets? Oh. Okay.
What's the name of that one
There's
god?
2 pets.
On the way up, Sebastian grabs like a bowl of fresh fruit.
Yep.
What's the name of that one god who like we learned about in the second or first session?
Yanogu?
No, the one who did that stuff for Leonard.
Sia? That wasn't a god, I think.
Okay.
That was a person.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Just that they're very tall.
Burning in the back of my head this whole time.
She's a singer, guys.
That
Come
was
on.
good.
Hey, whoa!
She wants to swing from a chandelier. Alright, and as you make your way to the village of Ramblebush, what Sebastian told you before, that the area looks fake, comes to fruition as you see many empty houses. You do see, however, a blacksmith working on a forge, as well as what appears to be a small tavern. It is a weird town, to say the least. And what you find is you come out of a large prismatic spiral. And you can exit out here.
I'm going to run up to World Archivist immediately.
Yep, you see the World Archivist.
I will salute him, I guess.
Hello, Archiver.
Greetings. It's
You-
been some time.
You did good work out there.
Thank you.
Any information on the enemy is a victory. And
I
especially,
suppose
you saved that village from destruction.
anything I know you already know.
Indeed, they fled through the ethereal plane. Which is unfortunate, but it was determined that you unlocked the primal train and the prism spirals, which is more important.
So what do you want us to do now?
Also, I should mention, the spiral here doesn't really look that tall. It is more or less the embodiment of like a waypoint. within the multicolored, the mix of blue, greens, and reds, there is a symbol on the sigil itself of an egg breaking. And specifically, not that's like the closest thing I could say it looks like, but it is as if the sun is being split in two by, like as if two people were ripping it apart from one side, two sides.
Samud panics and checks the eggs in his backpack.
They're alive.
But he's had this whole... Alright.
You can make a nice egg sandwich from them.
No.
Your path leads in many directions, heroes. But for now, Bramblebush will be a place of rest for you. I would like to use the prismatic train to travel to other areas of the world and collect the other 5 exalts. I believe you've met them before, yes, Sebastian?
Yes, indeed.
Good. Then you're already making more progress than I imagined. What are your thoughts?
On the exalts?
Indeed.
Well, they're an interesting bunch. The Spock fellow can be a bit rowdy. The little girl is honestly a belligerent fool, in my opinion. Salofax, he's the most interesting to me. He's moral, but not illogical. He reminds me of you, Faro.
You're muted.
We have to wait for all of them to arrive.
No. That is not necessarily required. But think of this as an area where people can come and go. A hub of information, perhaps. As although the plane of negentropy is important for communication, it is only locked between the 5 of you. Having information where people can collect and come together is a vital resource if we wish to defeat that, as he points to the 3 planets up in the sky. The 3 amber planets.
Do the rest of us see the amber planet?
Everyone sees it. It is something that's kind of there. People just kind of have accepted it as stellar bodies that have existed, much like the what's it called? The solar barrier from before. It's a lot more ominous, but it exists, and people just deal with it.
Sebastian instinctively clutches Rune Saber and kind of tenses up.
I believe you know what those are, correct, Exalt?
Unfortunately.
I'll have to get
Care to explain?
All you need to know that it must be stopped or we'll all be destroyed.
I think you owe us more than just that.
Yeah.
Tell us what it is.
Sebastian turns to Korzu. Slowly pushes past Callan.
Woo.
You don't speak to me that way.
I speak to you how I want. Tell us.
He, a smirk spreads across his face. Say please.
No.
Oh, great
Well,
Sebastian
not.
the Wonderful.
This-
Can you help us and divulge your information upon our sorry selves?
This is not what we need, heroes. We do not need you bickering amongst yourselves. For bickering leads to chaos, which leads to corruption, which leads to destruction, which leads to the destruction of everything you have known and loved.
Oh, then you know more. Why don't you tell us? Since this one won't.
The truth. Is that what you seek? The 3 planets that exist above you were the world's previous iterations, if you were. People who lived their lives, who were adventurers like you, destroyed by the corruption of the enemy. That is what at stake. For the next in the cycle, if we
Whole person
fail.
on Sebastian.
Okay, Sebastian, make me a wisdom save. You fail. You are considered restrained as you stop moving. Your muscles lock.
No. Now, this is information. Is it so hard? All you have to do is talk to us. As he says, we need to be together, not apart.
Sebastian turns his head to Korzu, his eyes like searing coals.
Come now, if he wants to turn his tail and run away, then let him.
I think we just learned that he can't.
This is not the move. Unless we want to end up a 4th planet within the sky. Do I make myself
Anywhere,
clear?
you fool. Release me at once.
I dropped the spell.
Augie then lays on Sebastian.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. The large bear just kind of falls on Sebastian. Sebastian's little legs just start peeking out from the bear. He's a lot bigger than he's a lot bigger than what you remembered.
You guys just hear like muffled cursing.
+1, nodders, +1.
Now, it's easy for you to just want to go on your own, because you're so great and better than us. But you have to give us information too. You can't just go off on your own.
I can answer most of your questions. For even the Exalts lack information. But my information is almost infinite. You all remind me of other people. Other archivists, archivers, much like you. I sent them on their own quest, and I've watched them grow, much like you, Levelin.
Okay, well, Lavalin will just nod.
It's at this moment that he notices that you're different. The last time he saw you, you were in your humanoid form. He takes note of it. Now, how did that happen?
Well, I was in a bad mind state and something reminded me of my past. And my friend here, Sabmund, got me an idea that I should ask the book what my beloved thinks of me after I killed her.
Sabmud moseys off, saddened, and lays on top of Augie, who was laying on Sebastian. He buries his face in it.
I saw her when I asked the book, and I kept her with me.
If it is
to
too
resurrect
painful,
her one day.
if it is too painful, I can finish the rest. I will not judge you based on your actions. You are still like a child of mine.
What do you mean?
You have been given a little bit of my power. And for that I watch over you, and watch over all archivists.
Well, yes, of course, I get that. But I don't understand why are you saying this now?
Because of your transformation, people will think different of you. People will try to hunt you based on what you look like, as it is a sign of evil, even though you are not of that ilk. I'm just letting you know that people will try and harm you if they see you like this.
I didn't intend anything evil. If anything, it's for the good.
Then it couldn't be reversed. It is rough, but it requires you to go somewhere else to find old research. I believe you remember who I'm talking about. He was very much close to your life. Another Archmage.
Valorant.
His old notes lie deep within his abandoned tower. If you're able to find them, maybe this could be reversed.
Why would... I guess it doesn't matter now.
Well, that name.
Well... I shall try to get in contact with him, but...
Velver's connection to the grimoire has been lost. I believe he may be no longer with us. And his Arc Tower, his Mage Tower, has fallen upon worse times within the city of Quills.
Is that so? I wasn't expecting this.
The rest of you, others, other lines of your story begin to emerge. The pride of your people call for you. Your people are disunified, Farl. I believe the disgraced must go back to where he came from.
Yes, the swamp waits for me.
And then, finally, where did he go? Oh, you're right in front of him. And you, Korzu. I have received information from Xylo that might be much important. You remember that ship?
Yeah.
There must be a reason why it fell to the waves. If that is what you seek, you must go there and find whatever you can. For I believe there is more to the ship than what meets the eye. Alright, so this is the part where we talk about plot lines you guys can take for your second season. There are in total, there are 5 potential plot lines you can do. One of them involves Sabmund. It's more focused on Sabmund and the Pine. The other one is focused on Farl and Lavalin, as they're both beastkin. The third one's focused on Lavalin himself. And then the last one's focused on Korzu, and then there's a main world plotline. The first one's called Into the Shadows, and it involves Sabmud traveling into the pine and facing his fears and why he left where he grew up. It would involve venturing in, wondering what's going on with the shadows of the pine itself, and facing his fears of his past. The one with Farls called The Pride of the Storm Wardens, and the Leonin and the Tabaxi of the Gelkin Savannah are in turmoil. They lack leadership. In a time of disunity, the once exiled Farl will come back to the Savannah to bring unity and order to the beastkin of the area. So that will be kind of you coming back and making sure there's a little bit of order within the disunified beastkin that roam the Savannah of the Valenum. Lavalins, as I mentioned before, is more or less working on forgotten research of learning how to undo prime good/evil acts. Involves traveling to Alverholt, working with the many different people that have stake within the city. Korzus is focused on going into the sunken ship. I believe the name was the Shattered Lioness, as there's something that appears to be within the ship. And Xylo has made it her prerogative to task you all with going to the ship and collecting treasure. And then finally, the main world plot line is involving connecting the other primal towers, or the other prismatic pillars. The first one, the one in Ramblebush, was activated because of the World Archivist, as well as your actions. The other ones will not be as easy, as they are all connected to sections of a mega dungeon. And you can spend that campaign activating the other two towers to your knowledge, and allowing fast travel to Birchkeep and the Dragon Isles. So this is where we will decide. You guys can take as much time as you want, or as much time, or as little time as you want, to decide. And this can be out of character. I can send them to you guys.
Yes, please.
Sweet.
That's what I needed. Because I just have little bits.
For me, I'm leaning the main storyline. I think Farrell would recognize that the swamp is important, but seems like a much bigger battle is being fought here with the Amber and the planets above that he just found out about. But it's very clear which one is the bigger threat, and that's the one that Farrell would want to go for.
Nodders.
I feel like from a standpoint, there's already a whole thing with the pine. I don't know if we should go there, right?
We can always go there. I mean, it's doesn't have to be one.
Yeah, but let's explore more of the world, right?
Understandable.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the main one or Lavalins.
But also the
As always, I'm here if you have any
It's
questions you
thin.
want to ask. I will be here. What time are we looking? How are we at time-wise?
Oh, we're good.
We are at... Yeah, good time. So we can take all the time in the world to discuss and have a little bit of roleplay if you guys want to as well.
during it's time to discuss. Since there's a Sabmud focus thing about Sabmud himself, so we discuss Sabmud and what's going on with him later. Then we stand.
Okay. I will let you guys know that we're gonna be going on about a 3-month hiatus for this campaign, and we'll be coming back in around July-ish. So that's pretty good. Pretty good break. That'll be around the time when Codex is coming back as well, and we should be having all 5 campaigns in their full swings with some of them almost, with the two old ones being almost on break, and Ironhole being in like a couple of sessions in. So yeah, you guys can decide now if you want. You can decide it out of character. But I really have nothing else planned. If you want to just role play amongst yourselves, also cool. I'm fine with whatever.
I'm trying to decide which one I like best of all of these.
I kind of like the Feral and Cal one because they haven't really, like, so far, everyone else in the party has gotten, like, their own things, right? But Feral and Callan haven't really yet, right?
Yeah.
I wish Mums was here.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah.
something else
they're
that
the
kind of
least-
bothers me is Mums isn't here, and I want him to have a say in this.
Sadly, Mum's got held back with work stuff.
Yeah, just saying, like, they're the least
Yeah.
focused so far of the party, and a whole campaign just about focusing those two, I feel like that'd be pretty good.
Also, you also have your tower to deal with as well.
We still do have
Oh,
that tower,
yeah.
don't we?
That's a War of the Waves exclusive.
Ranger, thank you for the gift of sub. So you can also do that as well. That should take you, well, it takes you as many times as it takes to defeat it, but 29
What
subs.
is that called?
Crazy
The Tower
number.
of-
I can get that for you. It is the Tower of Bedlam.
I'm kinda-
What's the pressure to do the tower?
That's kind of the unknown, is we don't know what the towers do.
Okay.
All you know is that the towers do something. Something happens with the towers.
Something bad or just something?
Something.
Something.
Hmm.
It's something, but it's connected to Amber.
I guess either way, it's worth investigating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we get information during downtime about it? Or, like, try and gather during downtime?
You could. Certainly. You'll have 2 months of downtime. So it will be starting around the new year of the in-game year time. I want to get a calendar module for Foundry that lets me do that kind of stuff in the game itself. I think that'll be really cool.
I think there is one, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I saw from one of the other DMs in the Discord that there is a calendar mod. I wanted to get it because holy shit, that helps. Even I forget my own calendar sometimes. Alrighty. So what do you guys thinking?
I'm with Falcon. I kind of like having Farrell and Callan having their moment, because
Yeah.
I'm with him. Like, everyone else has had a big moment, and I'm like, I feel like those two really could use one.
Yeah. We should focus on that, really. If we're putting votes down, that's where my vote lies.
Okay.
Farrell's in the middle of this whole thing where part of the reason that he came to the swamp has to do with his backstory, but then also he has really become a pretty devout follower of Tempest, and so he's, trying to do whatever he can to stop, not only the potential war that's going on in the swamp, but now that we're finding out that there's this big Amber threat, that's a big kind of priority for Farrell too, and sort of takes precedence over his pride, since he's left them for several years already. He exiled himself from his pride, so he doesn't, not that he doesn't care, but they're not the first thing in his mind.
But gathering allies to help in the fight, in the pride. Get some allies there.
That is a fair statement. And given Doc's reaction, I think he kind of likes that one too.
I'd be
Yeah,
down.
I think it's the best one, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it would feel very fair.
Yeah. I can just get you guys. I just want to get you guys base reactions and thoughts. You can have more of an in-depth discussion within your player chat. But I'm just gauging player interest. I don't want to make a decision without mums here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
As much as I think the connecting the towers would be fun, I just don't think that's something, at least as a party, we have shown we're super worried about yet.
yeah. Oh yeah. So we like wait role play a part of this out now or.
Well, this is more of a meta decision. It's something you guys kind of decide like, okay, we want to do this, and then you do your downtime, which is about 2 months, and then from there, you'll meet up, I guess, in the beginning of the savannah, and would help with his problem.
So Sebastian like kind of pokes his head out from under Augie.
Mm-hmm.
Get off of me, you beast!
Bruh.
He like stands up and dusts himself off with prestidigitation.
Yep.
Licks you.
Well, what now?
He points a figure in Korzu's face. You ever try something like that again, and you won't live to regret it.
And yet I just got away with it.
Nodders.
That's rich. It's rich talk coming from you, considering. Like, when were you planning on telling us how you got your hands on the power like the kobold? His eyes narrow.
Weren't we
Power of what?
literally just told to not have it?
What matters is that everyone stays together. The cobalt and the amber, as well as the jade, are all three powerful magical sources. All three of them will be needed to defeat the amber itself.
So we have an amber and a cobalt, but where we get a jade?
The jade is the most elusive of the meta-magical sorts. Only people born with the power to manipulate time and space are born with such capabilities.
Yeah.
Unlike the cobalt, which can be given through death, and exalt given through gift. Jade is given through birth.
Do I qualify under that category in a way? Or is I just view time?
I don't sense jade from you. Although your purpose is fractured.
We know Korzu worships Xylo, right?
It's pretty obvious with the veil. That is seen as like the world symbol for Xylo.
Wait, I have a purpose and it's fractured?
Your attention seems to be split in many different ways.
So the kobold is granted through death.
Is
Is there something you want to tell us, Xylo worshipper?
I'm not dead. I think that's pretty clear.
Hey, buddy. That's a deception check.
For all I know, I'm not dead.
Okay. Persuasion check then. Sebastian, you can make an insight if you wish.
Yeah, and the rest
Oh.
of us use
Oh.
like passive insight.
Oh,
Get wrecked.
Hey, who didn't see that coming on?
Can the rest of us use like
Me?
passive insight since we're
Really?
not actually looking for a lot?
I haven't used passive insight in forever, but yes.
Can we just roll insight?
If you guys want to roll insight, you can.
Oh,
I-
don't think I know.
Okay. He's not really the most persuasive person in the planet, but you feel like he's telling the truth.
So, pray tell, if you're not dead, then how did you happen upon the power like the Cobalt? You know, that mysterious power that cancels the Amber, the one that Lavlin possesses?
Archivist,
Yes.
may we meditate together, and perhaps I could get some rest in another world.
Yes. Yes. That is fine. We can meditate.
Okay.
Please,
thank you.
come to my plane.
I
As
do have one question before you leave.
yes.
What are the other worlds?
Worlds that lost.
Go meditate. And good night, Doc.
Wait, I have a question. Wait.
Good night.
Yep. As a
Two
book
questions.
opens up underneath both Lavalin and the World Archivist, as it closes, and both of them are sent to his personal geomantic domain, the Eternal Library.
Okay.
Yep.
Good night.
See you, Doc. Thank you so much for joining us.
Easy.
And we'll talk about the campaign. Talk about the campaign coming up.
Yeah. See ya.
See you, man. Thank you for hanging with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yep. Alrighty. I believe Korzu and Sebastian were talking.
Time. I can tell you when I first started, I wasn't like this for sure, though.
That doesn't answer my question.
Well, how long have you known me?
A few days, I suppose.
Then within the last few days, this happened to me.
Pray tell, what exactly happened to you?
Experimentation. Do you remember that body we found?
The one back at the swamp?
Mm-hmm. That's the one. Let's just say that night I went to experiment on the amber. Curious. And then my god showed up. And, well, there might be another issue.
That being?
Let me find my notes real quick. The Osius Lordus. Essentially what happened was, well, Xylo decided it would be a good idea to eat the amber.
Your god consumed it?
I mean, she does experiments on it all the time. She messes with it. How else are we supposed to learn about it? Like this one we have over here. Gonna be fun to figure out what they know.
Ye eyes win.
Why don't you think he's dead?
Because I've allowed him to live for that very reason.
You're not the only one who could have killed him.
The kobold, get to it.
Not right now. He can live for this moment.
I would like to protest against killing him in general.
Farrell, thoughts?
He can't answer for what his allies did unless he's alive.
Well, at least we agree on something.
I can't deny that.
I'm. Oh, I did not mean to press that.
So you ate the amber.
Bass.
Me? I didn't need it. I thought about it. I didn't need it.
Didn't Courtship eat someone with amber in them?
I consumed their essence. But I have not brought that up.
I didn't know if that would also classify as deception from
Ooh, that is a fair point.
Yeah.
And put that classify as deception.
He has no inkling that he would be lying. Or like, no inkling that that event happened, so I don't think there would be deception.
You're not technically lying, so.
Yeah, not technically.
Yeah, I didn't know where it applied to each other.
All good, all good.
If you're not going to tell us, so be it.
It happened that night. Maybe a god can explain better. I'd like to pray to Xylo to have her appear.
Okie dokie, make me a... Okay, well, I'm just gonna remove that. Make me a... If you give me 1 second.
I think it's 6.
1d20 plus 6. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
You are hit with a wave of exhaustion as you attempt to cast Xylo, as you attempt to bring Xylo here with a prayer, and you feel the latent amber within your body begin to burn. But through the power of the cobalt, it is destroyed. But Xylo herself has not answered your call.
Well, that's a first.
Do these buildings seem to be inhabited?
The only buildings that seem to be inhabited are this one and this one.
These two?
The one with the 2 people in them.
Okay.
When
All right.
Well, I'll get back to what I was doing before I was so rudely interrupted.
And
Sebastian
what would that be?
goes over. How tall is this tree?
This one?
This one.
It's small enough to be climbed with a good acrobatics check.
No, I'm not gonna climb it. He unsheaths Rune Saber and like hits it laterally with Mach 1 slash and
Oh.
cuts it in half.
Okay.
But it doesn't like fall. Like as it's tipping, it like stops midway
Okay.
and then breaks into a million pieces.
Oh, anime.
He'll-
I like it.
He'll go over to this big empty spot and stab Rune Saber into the ground right about here. And for the next 10 minutes, like the wood begins swirling around him and he begins casting a spell over the next 10 minutes.
Okie dokie. Sebastian, proponent of deforestation confirmed. I'm making the twit longer, buddy.
Can I cure?
The wood has been cut and is currently being used for a spell. All right, what spell are you casting? And that'll be where we end today.
Okay, so as the wood, like pieces of wood begin swirling around him and forming a circle and like building up on top of each other into a like just over 20-foot tower.
Okay.
And it's 20 feet tall. And how do I make a radius thing?
Oh, how big of a radius is it?
I'll say big enough to like just this right here.
That's a big radius.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. And
Alrighty.
you guys see like a shimmering gold wooden tower appear. And I cast Galder's Tower.
Oh, okay. Hit the spell.
Oh well, I don't. It's not available in
It's not?
the import.
What's it called? Galder's Tower?
Yeah, Galder's Tower. It's level 3 conjurations.
Like GALDER?
Yes.
Oh, I don't see it. What's it from?
Lost Laboratory of Quailish.
Oh, fuck. I ain't never heard of that shit. Lost Laboratory. Oh, I see. It must be a module or something. There you go. Tower be made.
Woo. And so the first floor is pretty much just like a bathhouse.
Okay.
And the second floor is like just this big lavish master bedroom.
Okie dokie.
And he'll like walk out the front door. We'll say the front door is here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if any of you savages want to experience a life of elegance, right this way, he says, smiling.
All right. And as people go filing in, I think that's where we'll end the session today, guys.
Right.
Thank you so much for accompanying me on these 13 sessions of War of the Waves. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys. Thank you for sticking around. And I'm excited for starting season 2 of the Pride of the Storm Wardens.
Ooh.
We got some times.
Freaking wool.
It
We-
could change.
We got some time, but that is the tentative name because that is what you guys liked, but we can change it. Thank you so much for everything. We'll see you guys when this campaign comes back. Peace.
Thank you, good sir.
Yes, thank you.